Is anybody out there? Music is so prophetic. I can feel a shift in the energy field with all that's going on. She's raising the earth, man. She's like, wow, it's spring, I'm busting out. Human beings would serve themselves better if they just found places to be safe. At this point, we're in the flip. We're in it. We're in it. What? I can't believe this is happening all around I'm gonna be 50 on. Whoa. And I'm having my Chiron return right along with America. So all the changes that are going on in America, they're going on within me. So I can relate. It's getting crazy. I was telling somebody, I'm not a real vain person. I never went by looks. I mean, I have, but I haven't. And people have renowned me. They have given me compliments in my life by saying, you know, Marge, you always treated everybody the same. It didn't matter who they were, you know? You buddy around with them, you know, you tease them. You tell them they're being a dick when they're being a dick. And I'm just so glad I've been able to maintain that while other people succeeded less. And now we're coming into a place in the world. I feel like I have more in common with the generations behind me than the generations before me. So I'm going to start focusing on them, because y'all fucked it up. And don't put me in them. I don't go along with groups, organizations, sects. And I'm a spirit trying to observe this planet without trying to respond or react to situations, because all the world's a stage. I mean, everybody's an actor. Everybody's playing a role. The thing of it is, with me, I'm a moony bitch. I'm moon in Scorpio. I'm pretty true to my astrology. Although the thing of it is every astrological sign has its shadow and light aspects. And people have free will in where they sit on the meter. They choose. Every time they do a selfish act, ego. Every time they're generous and kind and loving and, smiling at strangers, spirit. It's like putting little nuggets in the basket, adding up good coins of karma, because karma, what energy you put out, you get back. It's a scientific fact. So, I made some notes. I got real upset because I was messing with the vet last night. They said that I had to bring it's just, and then I go online and read a 1-star review that happened recently, and the vet is like getting old and he needs to retire, but he's in that ego vibration. So it's like, man, I gotta get money, and people never learn to live within their means. So they start providing for everybody else, and then they have like this whole umbrella of people that they're supporting. And they can't hold it, and so they, do crazy things like deny service to a dog that got hit by a car, while the owner and God bless that person in there, they were in there because they couldn't get to their regular vet, and so they went in to get something that they needed from their regular vet, and a young man came in with his dog that got hit by a car, and they were just like, either can you help him or help me euthanize him, and they would not do neither at Taos Vet Clinic. They said, unless you can pay for it, and the guy didn't have it. You know, people, when people want money first, you fucking care about ego, and that's fucking it's evil. That's all evil is. It's as basic as that, and it just has a spectrum that goes all the way up into the butt stuff and denomination and control and all that other, or I should say, down to the lower vibrational frequency stuff. I mean, they could have done a solid, and now I'm done with them. And because my dog needs liver support. So what I did is I didn't panic. I said some prayers. I said, okay, I thank you for the peace that you're giving me, because I asked for it last night, and I was a recipient of it for sure. And so, okay, Marge, get in the solution. Don't stay in the vibrational frenetic panic. Get in the solution. So I found these, and they sell them on Chewy. And so they're liver support bites. So I'm going to order some of those. And then this stuff I get from the vet. And this stuff I get from the vet. I can get this from Chewy. And I can get this off Chewy. For Tucker. So, thanks for taking all my money for 3 years. I'm done giving it to you. And if it comes to their time and they need a merciful, you know, I mean, I know I can do it. I held sweet little, I mean, I've held people when I help people transition. It's not scary. It's good. I just had a beautiful epiphany in this morning I'm going to talk about. Because I'm all sad, like, oh my God, dogs are going to be alive. Dogs are, I mean, like, I've been obsessing about this, and I woke up with this clarity. It's like, Marge, you know this, Marge. This is shit that you learned in the woods when you were young. You know this, you forgot. You got to remember so you can tell other people, Marge. That when you lose something significant, and you just think about all the love from beginning to end, how much love, if you could line up the love, how far it would go out into the universe and woo, dance around and come back. There's no measure on that. How they just coax me through quiet times, and when they take their last breath, they go to Source. That only makes me stronger, because their love is in Source. Source got stronger. So when I lose people, I'm going to start looking at it as it charging my battery of Source to go out and help those people take care of the things that they love, from all of the things that make it so hard, just so they can go whee down a hill at Towski Valley and put on their little snow boots and go walk out in the wilderness. When Liz, she was one of my she was at Aries, her birthday's coming up. Bet she's getting all fired up about all kinds of shit. When she left, she said, I'm the only one that said, fuck you, Ted, I'm the only one that's ever called Ted a fucking asshole to his face. And I knew he's kind of an old codger kind of asshole, but now I really get it. God bless you, Liz. Bless you for, good. That was the right thing to do, Liz. I'm glad you did that. I bet she misses my cookies. So, and then my sister came. She comes to me in vibrational frequencies, like in the song. You know, I lost her 2 years ago, September 23rd, 2022. And I know other people that, like, my girl I knew from Omaha, she lost her young son Jagger. And people sign soul contracts. Some people die on the same day. Some people die, like, they come into Earth. They have life contracts together. They got death contracts that you travel onto the other side to support the love that's here, to support the people, to help. That God gives us strength to make heaven on earth. People just use it to make money, and it's gross. And I felt compelled to send her a message this morning and let her know that my sister Jessica hangs out with her son Jagger, and they hang out and they frickin' for so long they just sit and watch the dolphins. So you know, and sometimes my friend Michelle, she lost her brother the same year. Her older brother. Sometimes he comes and hangs out too. So, doesn't have to be scary. My life is the whole first half. I don't know. I think I can't spend the rest of my life in pain. And a lot of pain is emotional. Like, people tie physical pain to emotional pain. So if you get rid of that emotional pain, I always thought if you get rid of the physical pain, it takes away the emotional, but I think it's the other way around. I don't know. Everyone is different. These are just based on my stats. Everybody needs to find out what their own stats are. Go to any freaking Astro Cafe, put in your birthday, and just read about yourself and see if it's true or not. Because it tells you all the pros and cons, so it'll tell you, are you living more for your ego or more for your spirit? I'm going to start having Heyoka dance parties out in the park. And I'm going to invite the community to come out and dance with me because it's healthy. See, I got so much influence in my style. When I was 18, my first love, she was a belly dancer. Good luck on that show, Dita, on the 6th. She's a Gemini. We laughed a lot. She was like my best friend. She just wasn't gay. But I had so much masculine energy. What is this? My boo. That's so funny. Anyway, we aren't friends or anything anymore. Sometimes I just check up on people just to see how the course of their life went. And then because I match it with astrology. And I got in it, and like where I got Gemini, and my Gemini is in the Saturn, Marge. Albums. I always take screenshots of. I got a whole astro file for reference. Mars and Saturn are in Gemini. I like seeing it again. It's backwards. Saturn. I think tattoos are scar. That's just filler. That's a lot of filler. But I'm ready to let somebody else add to it. But I'm real picky. I think tattoos are scars from past lives. Like, if you ever read that book, Ray Bradbury, I read it when I was like 9 or 10. The Illustrated Man. Yeah, it's like, oh, okay. Because all the dude's tattoos, there's like, tell his story, kind of thing. And I'm like, I bet it, people, yeah. And when people have sleeves, that's like they've been in combat. That's, people learn, like, when you do this, bad things happen. Yet the control paradigms that have kept people in check for so long that are dying because less people want to control people. It's exhausting. They don't have the employ. There's too many people waking up to live for themselves from their heart, and that ego ain't the way. Like, look at all these miserable people with money. And they're dropping out of all the planes in the sky because they got all that money to fly around, and they didn't got the employees to do the QA on the planes. And mediocre pay, you get mediocre workers that, it's kind of a pretty thing. I feel good for now, so I'm just gonna ride that vibe. So I'm not worried about my critters. God's not gonna. I don't think God's, because I just have seen so many other ends to. But it was Noble. My sweet Noble. If you look in my videos, I had him for a year. He was a stray I found in Oregon. We had him a year, and on February 4th, when freaking Philadelphia shit on itself after winning the Super Bowl. His goodness, his spirit left. I held him. He was heart failure. He went quick. Good boy, bud. He didn't suffer, and I held him the whole time. And I just kept saying, "We love you. We love you. You know, we love you. You were loved, my sweet, dear, sweet. That dude is like, when I see him in his true form, when I get to meet him, it's gonna be, he was a cool dude, man. All of them are. When you see things in their true form, I've always seen things in their true form, and sometimes it's gross, and other people, because what you will see, you will see. Huh, baby girl? You want the fan on you? I'm okay. Just so emotional. We cry all the time. Just a moony beach. There you go, Buzz. You know, there's this guy, Rick Vargas or something like that. He's a preacher. That's all I am. I'm a preacher. I'm ordained by somebody said that I vested the power into you to freaking marry people and shit. But, I don't have a church. Maybe I should start one. I don't know how. Alright. How do I start a church? What do I gotta do? Marge's mission is the seeds being planted with this eclipse energy. Declaring it now. This guy was talking about being uncomfortable. And I was like, dude, I was in my mid-30s before I realized that I was uncomfortable. Because uncomfort is just my natural state. So I had to work so hard to find places of comfort to realize that I was uncomfortable. Because I just take whatever I get in life. It's my lot in life. I just accept it. Still don't have hot water. They cashed the rent check on Monday, though. I just go with, whatever. I'm not gonna invite freaking wicked stuff every day. I do my prayers of protection, my golden bubble. I set out my positive tensions. Sometimes I forget because I've been miserable for a lot of years. But I don't want to be miserable anymore because it hurts. And I've been supporting others for a real long time emotionally. You know, being the little cheerleader because I have been my whole life. And I've been getting a lot of crickets back. And my friend Carl said that's what made you so strong. And I know I got to teach people how to be strong because there's so much scary shit that's happening all over the world and people don't even know about it. And every time one of my disaster app goes off, I think about more displaced people potentially. Or maybe it's in the middle of nowhere and it doesn't impact anybody. Or maybe it's on top of a village because isn't that a great place? Never build your house under a fucking mountain, man. There's strategies. What about operational security? People picture what they need in their life to be comfortable. And I just have been trying to find comfort in miserable situations, and I've managed to do it. I've done a pretty good job. And the world has stripped more and more creature comforts away. You just got to learn how to adapt and overcome. And in a society where people are not, they're just taken care of, they don't know how to do for themselves, I can understand why the fear level and the Schumann resonance is the needles all over the place. And it's so funny when I hear people saying, I'm not trying to instill fear, don't be scared, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, fucking, dude, if you are a fucking human being with a heart and a soul and a spirit, you should be a little freaking concerned. Focus on solutions, potentials. Be ready. Stop living a life like tomorrow is just given to you without any sort of effort and positive return. There's a new episode of Good Doctor on. I'm not going to watch this episode, I don't think. I think I'm going to skip this episode. I've always seen the politics in it where they drive the narrative with it, you know. I get my own knowing out of it. But I'm not into storylines where any group thinks that they're better than any other group because of who they are. and all this targeted shit and stuff like this. You know, there's just people that don't like other people and then cause harm. It doesn't matter who they sleep with. It doesn't matter their nationality. It doesn't matter where they come from. It doesn't matter what their diet is. None of these fucking things matter. What matters is, are they going to hurt people or are they going to help people? And on the planet, the herders have become so big that the helpers, we've been down here. And now things are flipping. Oh boy, Cameron. I would love it. I'd like to see how far I could get somebody to come to Taos to dance with me. So Dita was a belly. Oh, let's go back before that. When I was real young, I always watched like Danny Kaye. I liked Danny Kaye more than I liked Fred Astaire. I like Fred Astaire. I just thought Danny Kaye was like cooler I don't know. That was more the Danny Kaye vibe. And then Dick Van Dyke. Now I'm just talking about styles of dancing. I'm not talking about the weird shit, but I'm just talking about not the people. I'm just talking about the craft, the gift, that thing that makes people feel the magic. Like, ooh, ooh, put you in a yay, and you know. That's what magic is to me, raising people's vibe. And so, and then, like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and stuff like that with Dick Van Dyke. And he used to do this thing where he was the music. He would wear the drums and had the harmonica. And I got a harmonica right here someplace because of that, probably is my early programming. But, and he did, so like and then Dita was a belly dancer. And then, like, I've been around people, and I would watch. Like, I remember watching Dita dance. She would practice in her mom's studio for hours, and we'd go out in her stepdad's shed and smoke some weed with him. And then, like, he'd go off and do farm shit, and she'd go out and dance. And I just watch her. I mean, I could dance with a sword on my head. It's just been, I got a lower back issues, but hopefully I can work those out. Anyway, so yeah, I'd love it if people came out and danced with me. That'd be really cool. I am definitely, not for the shy. I used to be so bashful too. I had a speech impediment. I was this little girl. People were so mean to me. I just thought I looked like Nicholas on 8 is Enough. I always thought I was a little dude. Like, I mean, that age, I'm like, man, I should not be. And that's because I remember, I think I've been dudes for like really macho, machismo, fucking scumbag assholes for like the several incarnations. So Universe God said, you know what? We're going to let you reap what you've sown. And if you know my story, complied with. And I don't have kids. I have a lot of Pisces, so hopefully I'm really nearing the end of this whole human incarnation, because I would just like to maintain being an energetic architect without human form. I don't like human form. It's not fun. I have to work so hard just not to frickin' be on the pain scale of 7 and 8, 6, 7, and 8, like every day. And then people always look at me like I'm crazy because they're like, why is this lady moving around? And I'm just like, because it hurts. Because Uncle Sam turned pervy and gross. This idea. Uncle Sam is USA. And it was it's a cancer. America's a cancer. Born on the 4th of July. Think about all, like it has the same energy of people born on the 4th of July. Energy of the time that people are born we are just soul sacks. That energy this is how this potential of this person can be. How are they going to navigate in the world? What are they going to do with it? I have not gone the easier, softer way. My life has been fucking hard, and I appreciate Tamra. I appreciate your correspondence. Please email me. It's straightpeoplelike straightpeoplelike rainbows2 @gmail.com. You email me, I send you my number. I would love to have a conversation with you. I would love to connect with you. I hate typing too. I hate trying to talk. I always sound like I'm like, you know, like, yeah. I people think I'm like, because of typing and stuff. So you know, if you want to do that, because you got stories that I don't. And that's what I love, hearing other people's stories, because they make mine seem so much more insignificant. You know? So Uncle Sam turned into to a pervy, Viagra chomping, machismo, misogynistic, you know, kill, 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 kill. I mean, everybody on the planet's like, dude, it's 2024. Are we not past this kill, kill, kill shit? I mean, have we not learned yet? I mean, it's like over here in Taiwan, people are dying to survive, or like are going through hell. Could you imagine, like, earthquake? Oh, this sucks. Here comes the water. I mean, I know I've been through it in past lives. We all have. And if you haven't gone through it in this life, you don't know what's up in the next life, because we're all just energy. And we're attracted to lessons. Reality has been hijacked to serve lower beings. Because people care about other people. People don't care about making money from saying, I care about other people. So, ow. Anyway, what else? Hi, pretty lady. So hopefully I won't be so worried and the dogs are on. I saw an ad on Facebook. Somebody said they're giving away a free washer and dryer that work to whoever wants it. It came from a rental. And I messaged lady, I said, you got a rental coming up? That's how you got to get in there. Like, to get what you want in life, you got to I let a lot of people go first, and it's been to my detriment. So now I'm going to be like, you know what? Make a hole. They used to do that for me when I was in, because I had people, yeah, they do. I'm a tiny woman. I just have a very large presence. Everybody else could have a large presence. They just don't take the time to do the things that I found that I need to do to get me all to focus on just living in the present moment. Yeah, I spend sometimes in the past. Sometimes I spend time thinking about in the future. But most of the time I spend on figuring out how I can make the present moment a little bit comfortable for my loved ones. See, because when people make it hard for me, they make it hard for me to make it soft and comfy for mom, who's 73. Just sweet old lady, sweet. World never did her no four favors, but let me be her daughter. And my dear sweet dogs that have kept me in love since 2010. When people have seen me, just, Marge, I see that you're hurting. I just want you to know, keep going. I don't get that a lot. That's the more that I need that, the more I put it out to other people. So when I feel like shit, it makes me feel better to go out and help other people. More people start waking up to that fact. Boy, you're going to see this. You want to see poles flip, polarities in people? You want to see negative people go to positive? Watch them people start living in service and going and, hey, I see your lawn's overgrown. Let me mow that for you. You know what do you need? You know, because there's a lot of people have a lot of money and they got nothing but time on their hands, and they spend it for a lot of years doing weird shit. When people, devil's hand or idle hands are the devil's work, or whatever that is. So, time is at 9:30. Love equals respect. I just listened to Aubrey Starr's talk. I really liked. She's talented. She's got gifts, and I'm not real big on tarot. I just get my in tune. I just get my information from different places without. I get what the cards say without the cards, so I don't really need it. I think it's a transition tool into the realm of higher frequencies. I don't think people should stay on any practice. Like things should be like, you know. But I don't know if something. I don't know. Hey, Benny. Benny, what do you do, Benno? You want to chair over here, bud? Say, yeah, Marge. Come over here, buddy. Come on, bud. Good boy, buddy. Good boy, sweet man. Good boy, handsome boy. I'm seeing a lot of people are putting yurts and tents up and stuff. Yurts. I wonder if cities can provide like power sources. They should be able to provide power sources to yurts. That should be a thing. I mean, all we want to do is take care of people. I mean, just the idea. All the ideas I have just in my own head. Like, you know, I'm in a hard place. You know, like I'm inconvenienced. I don't have water. I don't. You know, it would be really convenient to have a tool like this and then manufacture that, because more and more people are gonna be without utilities. Man, the tornadoes. Man, this is gonna be a season like we ain't never. People are gonna find their reason. They're gonna find their faith. You gotta have faith in outside bigger. Let me not speak for the public. Let me redirect this into me. I gotta have faith in goodness, doing the right thing. I have to hang on to that faith if it's the last thing I do. Even if I'm surrounded by gunfire, if I go out dancing and my light goes out, I hope the whole world sees too. 'Cause I tried so hard to be goodness in this world. I just have never been allowed the venue, the avenue, to spread it in a way that I want to, because my goodness is all about stuff that's for fun and for free. And the wicked, the nefarious, the people all about money, kill, power, control, butt stuff. They ain't like me. So they've been trying to snuff out my light the whole time, and thanks to the grace of God, I'm still here. And if the water don't rise too high, God willing, and the creek don't rise, in 6 days I'm going to be 50. And a lot of people I went to high school, they're turning 50, and I look at them and all of the abundance that they have. I mean, they got fucking people they got freaking compounds, you know, just for 5 people, 6 people. Compounds, cows, like they are set up for their end of the world. If you don't help set up other people, because security, you don't get to keep it unless you give it away. And I wonder, and when I think about my whole graduating class, I wonder who is listen to Mrs. Menifee and maintain their soul sack and stayed physical. Like, who's still in good shape from my high school class? Huh, Central Valley High? Class of 92. Where you at? You know? All the stuff you've ever had, all the games you watched, all the beautiful life that you've ever been given with minimal effort. How you giving back to people you don't know? And this is something I've seen my whole life. I've seen people give out fear, terror, bullies. I see how they act like that because they're scared, and how that fear consumes them sometimes in their life, whether it's because they drank to make them brave, that brave juice of drinking, courage juice or whatever they call it. It's false. It's false. That's not, you got to rely on something outside of yourself. You got to put, okay, you tell guidance. Okay, take care of yourself. Try not, and I eat bad. My diet's not, I don't eat a great diet. I don't have a lot of the energy to do like food prep and shit like that. But once I get to a, I don't know. I got blown my nose. So, becoming more and more convinced, because I'm like, no, that's not how. My whole life I've given my brother the benefit of the doubt because he was my brother. And he shit on me my whole life because I was his sister. So he never afforded me any favor to the fact that, he fucking I could have had a concussion. He beat my ass, and he was a state wrestler in wrestling in high school. But because he was such a jerk then, he don't want nobody to know about what a jerk is. I tell it because it's my story. He did it to me. He's the gaslighter because he's a big important lawyer in California. That never happened. But I've been blabbing my mouth the whole time. Because when people are mean, I'm like, mean, 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 mean. He did this to me. Because I kept it quiet for too long, and now I'm not doing it no more. Dude's a jerk. And all the people I see celebrated in society that have showed their wieners to people that didn't want to see them. Because they could. It's gross. Goodbye, Beanie. Goodbye, Beanie. Marge, I love you, Beanie. So what was I talking about? Shoot, my dad was gonna go to... I'll look at that later. Excuse me. I used to get yelled at I used to get fucking screamed, severely scolded for doing that. Clearing my sinus cavity. Like, I swear my existence has troubled people my whole life. Like, I'm just trying to live my life. People are just mean. They want to make other people feel bad. They don't know they'll get if you make people feel better, that meanness, it goes away. I know this. I've done it. I've lived it. I gotta order those chew toys, that stuff. I'm looking for a song. I said something insensitive, I guess, rude and insensitive. No, I know it was. About the thing. I was like, this girl put a cat talk up about she's been in Taiwan 4 days and this happens. And I was like, who would move to an island? With the world is like ending as anybody that's ever lived on it has ever comprehended it changing in ways like... I see how people can disassociate it. I see it all over, because everybody's putting everything online. So I don't really like watching so many people watch a house get tore apart in a tornado and stuff like that. You need to go see if fucking people are okay. Put the fucking camera down and go look. That's the stuff I need to see more of. And I need to see more auto cars and stuff like that with rhino lining. Painted with rhino lining. The earth is changing. People have to evolve to go along with the changes of the planet. Instead of fucking keep building your glass houses on the oceanfront property. Because the ocean doesn't give a fuck about the human race. Understand that. Because the human race doesn't give a fuck about the human race. No, Benny Tucker's up there. He got the good spot. He's going to try and go. They all got their favorite spots. Sorry, bud. He got it. He got a fair score. Look at sweet Benno. He's so sad. Tucker got the spot. Luna got the chair. Luna's in the chair. Tucker, Benny just feels so left out. Come here, Benny. How about I do this for you, my sweet dear love nugget? Oh, Luna got down. Oh, I guess Luna's going to go back to bed. Come here. You going to take her chair? You going to hop over? Go ahead. Good dog. Go, girl, Luna. Go, Benny. I'm talking here, bud. It's okay. You got it? Sea legs. Put on your sea legs. Dude, Aubrey Stars kept talking about water and making all these water references, and I'm just like, people don't see stuff how I see stuff. I was just, oh my goodness. Mom and I are in a good place, though. Well, part way. We got a little bit farther to go to get to where we need to be, because I want to live in a place that has access to clean water of some source. I want to live in a place that has some wood on it, and then like have a heat wood source. I want to have solar, even though, I mean, the way the world's going, what are you going to do? What steps are people going to take to move towards making solar that is hail resistant for like bigger than softballs? Because that's the way the world is changing. And so people need to stop trying to create, their idea of heaven on earth that includes like misappropriation of funds, trillions of dollars on bullshit, fucking trains on the moon. I mean, you got crazy people that have the ATM card. You got crazy drunken dudes that, I mean, people probably piss on themselves. I mean, these people are freaking nuts. They're so void of spirit. They got no good orderly direction in them. It's all self-serving acts and all people can do to cause harm to others. World War III is of the spiritual variety, and that means the best I can do is if I meet a foe in the world, all I can do is try and be friendly and make them a friend. And then there's going to be maybe a little less evil in the world. Although people can be pretty fucking wicked with, a smile on their face. So you got to be careful. I'm telling people, like women that I know in the grocery stores, I said, people are going to start really losing their shit. And the hotter it gets and people, pissy, indignant, just, the self, all the bleh. I can't believe how bad people treat people. The shit I'm seeing. I mean, anyway, I guess I should start getting Mom's eggs going. Did I talk about everything? Go check out Aubrey Starr's talk on. She was talking about how love is respect, and I'm really gonna try and take those words to heart and carry them around with me and try and treat people, everybody. I don't care what they look like. I don't care. In that moment, whoever I am with and having, they ain't doing nothing. They didn't do nothing to me. They're not doing anybody else in that prime. They could have like people in their basement and like serial killers and stuff like that. Yeah, everybody has that potential in them. The thing of it is, in that moment, if they're not causing problems to me or anybody else, but I'm telling these women that like stores and stuff that people they don't think like me. They don't got love, and love don't equal respect to them. So they'll treat so they'll get violent and don't just they should be having more briefings in places where people work on OPSEC training and like what to do in the event that some dummy comes in and freaking has a gun, what the staff needs to do, Like, what if everybody had a can of soup at their register? And the chance, if the guy's going to shoot somebody, he already has it in his heart he's going to shoot somebody, like, if he's willing to. But if, like, 8 people freaking chucked a can of soup at somebody as hard as they could, they would probably drop the gun. Like, there's ways. Mr. Iski would tell me about training. I didn't take training like that. He was a civilian I worked with. He's like my dad that I picked for myself. And he would talk about, and they would have training that, like, you could, like, everything's a weapon. Everything is a weapon. Like, if you're in a grocery store and somebody comes in with a gun, actually, it's better than a can of soup now that I think about it. There's usually one of these someplace. If you grab one of these and spray it in somebody's face, they will die. It cuts off oxygen. It's poison. And you can do it from a distance, too. That's kind of useful information. Maybe I should tell the I should start training. I should go in and to the councilwoman and tell her I'll volunteer. Like, put me on the payroll. Like, I'll do all these things. I don't do earthly shit. I'm done with the old planet Earth. So if we can move towards the, new planet Earth, I'm willing to contribute. But I ain't doing all the freaking, all the bureaucratic shit. Like, people are going to have to come in and be like, Marge, I can help you with, be your CPA. Okay, cool. Take whatever you need. Just leave me some to help people. You know what I mean? Like, that's the world I'm headed to live on. So. They kill off a main character in The Good Doctor. They kill off the guy whose father found Christ. He was Jewish and then he found Christ at the end of his life. They kill him off. I read it online because I like spoiler alert. When the headline says they kill off a main character, I'm gonna read about it because I'm an empath like that. And with all this stuff going on, I'm just like, nah. Thou shalt not kill. That's it. It doesn't matter who the person is. It doesn't matter their background. It doesn't matter their sex they are. It doesn't matter who they sleep with. It doesn't matter what their gender is. It doesn't matter what their diet is. You just don't hurt other people. That's it. And if people could just live by just that, and people can't. They can't. Because they just can't help themselves. Their self-will, they don't have it. And so they just run riot. I'm going to do this because it feels good. I'm going to do that because I want to. I'm going to do this because I'm a grown-ass adult and I can. I'm going to do this and this and this and this. It's harsh a lot of people. Hey, Zero. Harsh a lot of people's mellow, man. It's harsh a lot of people's mellow. So... I've said that before. There's a lady that I knew when I lived in Omaha, and she and her husband, I went to her wedding. I went to their wedding in Lincoln, Nebraska. And her story is wild. I'm not going to say her name or nothing. I guess they had some trouble getting pregnant, and then she got pregnant. And then, cutest little boy. So cute. And then, he had got that SIDS and died. And they were on the way home from the funeral, his funeral, when she found out she was pregnant again. And then they had the little boy or little girl. She's so just cute little kid, beautiful little girl. I mean, I lost track because she unfriended me back in like 2017 because I said I receive messages and I just pass them on to the loved ones who I think want to hear them, and then they don't want to hear the message, so they cut me off. So. Oh, well. All right. They have TV shows on it. Why can't it be real life? Because it is. And then they say that stuff doesn't happen. And then they commit people that it really happens to because it just happens on TV and they use it for a defense, but it's all real. And anyway, so then the little girl, they noticed that, like, I don't know, she had like congenital heart failure, and it was just like watching her story, like, go through all that, like losing 2 babies, and then I think she ended up having more kids and life got good. It just got real hard for a while. And everybody gets the chance to ride. I mean, life is just experience, having experiences and how you deal with it. And how much you help. Where are all the helpers? I mean, I know there's a housing crisis everywhere. Because basically it's gotten to the point that people just decide, no, I'll rent to you. No, I don't like you. Something about you I don't like. They don't just look at this entity, which is this family unit that needs, safe haven from the elements. They create these scenarios and they project them on the people. I know that there's a lot of scoundrels out there, but if people at this point haven't learned what a scoundrel and a shyster is, like if you haven't come into your own discernment at this point, That you can't trust yourself enough to, okay, my higher power is going to guide me and lead me and direct me. And there might be bumps and bruises along the way, but mom's always said, God don't, He's not going to carry us all this weight to freaking drop us on our head. I'm going to talk about one more thing that I discovered yesterday because I just remembered. It kind of like shook me a little bit because I talk about how my brother sacrificed me and mom by just omitting desire to have us in his life, right? Well, I was looking up his fraternity, and I always put things in my head backwards, so I call it Kappa Sigma Pi is what I had. And I remember 10 years ago it was like my dad and I went down the Grand Canyon for my 40th birthday. And he always talked about he has one tattoo, and that tattoo is of his fraternity. So that's his loyalty. Like he's going to choose his fraternity over his family. You got to say all that shit, right? So I had in my mind it was always Kappa Sig Pi or whatever. What you need, baby? Can you give me a minute and we'll go walk around? Oh, you want me to get grandma up so she's out of your bed? Okay, I get it. They're all I was looking it up last night. Where is it? Where is it? Did I get screenshots of it? Tell me I got screenshots of it. Kappa Sigma Pi Kappa Sigma, an international all-male college secret and social fraternity. Its members are known as Pi Caps, skulls, and sometimes Skull House. The latter two because of the skull and crossbones on the fraternity's badge and coat of arms. So I'm pretty sure my brother is one of them skull and bones, like the mofo I flipped off on 9/11 out the aid shop hanger door, because it's all, and he fits it because he's a scriptwriter, he's an actor, he's a lawyer, he fits the paradigm, and he's been trying to oust me. I think he wanted me homeless with mom. And it was only God. Me just asking everybody, I need a place for me and mom. I didn't care. I have no pride. Have no shame. I'm asking people on social media. All these people saw me put out, and people wouldn't help me. People on YouTube chats help me when nobody I've ever known has helped me. And I've seen them how they help people in big ways. I never fit the criteria of what other people had. I haven't had hot water but I still smell okay because I boil water in my coffee, in my electric kettle, and I take it in, and I keep myself clean so I feel fresh and I don't feel bad about myself because I'm powerless. I mean, the guy he could have fixed it. He just didn't feel like it. People just choose to do for themselves without ever helping anybody else. And I just have gotten real good at being comfortable in that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure. And I even went to one of their, when my brother was in college, I went down to visit. I love my he was my only best friend. But he took me one time to see his therapist in Sacramento only to verify the stories that And he said that we were close, like two people in a foxhole are close that are going through war and held together, and you got nobody else to rely on. And then he abandoned me for a fucking ritual. The place he lives, he got it because of a fraternity brother. I mean, these are things that he said my whole life. He spent time with his fraternity brothers every single Super Bowl for like years, over 10, less than 15, but like consecutively. That's all ritual shit. I tried to take him to the light with me, and he didn't want to go, and I sure as fuck ain't going to the dark with him. The guy makes like $165,000 a year from people living in prison because they allocate $100,000 per inmate, and there's 192,000 inmates because they just locking people or they keep the same people in because they're allocated that much a year to give them, dental meds, whatever, to clothe them when they're orange, whatever. And now prison is just like freaking, they're living in their man societies. They got all the amenities they need. They don't care about outside society. They're content, People will get out of prison and go back because they like that lifestyle better. It suits them better. So you just have like little cities that are drawing resources to make fucking assholes fucking shit on their families. But thanks God. I mean, and then Mom and I end up in fucking Taos, New Mexico, where she was potentially, the likelihood of that she was born around here is pretty high. So that's a pretty wild fucking story. We got a great fucking story. When so many people have the same story as somebody else. Oh, I went to this college. Every year they do this holiday at this time and this holiday. And they do people just like live the same years over and over and over. And of course nothing freaking substantially rad is going to come out of that. So, anyway. Wow, I'm at the hour mark. I be feeling it. I gotta go in and get some, these dog chews I get. I gotta order some more. I'm gonna get just that liver support and all this stuff that I can get online, and I'm done with that vet, and just go with God. Because they're unuseful, they're unhelpful, they care more about money, and you can tell how much fear is in the world because people are scrambling. When people are scared, that's how they stimulate the comedy. When people are scared, they spend money. So if they just give people, and then there's a lot of scary stuff coming on, but rather people, the security is being ready in situations. That's where security is being ready to okay, and we're there. And a lot of people don't. I mean, all these people and the enormity of the resources that they're using to put in bunkers. A bunker is the fucking last place I'd want to be, is inside this earth, with all the volcanic fucking activity. Like, they think that their fear is bigger than the earth and what the earth can do, and they just, I guess they don't have the imagination like that. And when I've looked at geology my whole life, and Earth's, topology, I've been studying Earth my whole life, and just how she shifts and moves, and people are like, I miss my old hometown. Well, as soon as you walked out of your hometown is not the same place that it once was. Your hometown is a much different place. Just as soon as the landslide, different Earth. As soon as a landslide happens, different Earth. As soon as we're always getting, and we can create a better version of that Earth every time, but people just like to rebuild more shit in the same place, and Earth is not really much more than one of those Etch-a-Sketches. And we determine the picture that's put on there by what we congruently, collectively come together with and create. And then people, start getting into all those chasing sensations and wiener stuff and butt stuff and control and dominance, and universe creator says, nope, you guys don't fucking get it. We're going to shake it up, clear the slate, and you guys start over again. This is not just. I wish I didn't know this stuff. I wish other people knew this stuff and they could talk about it and I could just go like whittle someplace. Just whittle. Work in my wood shop or whatever. But all right, I think that's about it. But I'm real overstimulated today, so the likelihood of me coming back on later is pretty high. So if people are around to hang out, that'd be great. I know there's going to be a lot of disruptions. My buddy didn't have internet. I didn't have power. They didn't have power in town. Like, people are going through it. Like, they're going to collectively have these experiences, and I was telling the girl that worked at the store yesterday, I said, I got a generator. You might want to look into, she takes care of her grandkids. She's like, wow, you're really handy. You really know a lot of stuff. I say, yeah, because I've been through a lot of hell. And other people that have been through hell should have, go back and help others. Yet society gets their hands on them and then teaches, no, just live for yourself. And then they're like, oh, that's much easier. I don't have to worry about anybody. I think I'll just do that. So, anyway, that's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.